Okay, so good evening, everyone. Today we are going to be looking at audio, and with this, we are going to be rounding off the session on the multimedia. So, again, remember what we're here to do is to discover, what AI can do, and then we begin to explore the capabilities. Classes usually is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, um, from 7 to 8:30. Yeah, just like the other day, today we might actually end on time, but I'm sure that we would have achieved our objective. It's not about the length of the class, but you know, the way I want to deliver the class, it's supposed to help some of us, to most of these things. What I'm here for is not really to teach you people AI. Like I said, I'm going to be a study guide. Sorry, a tour guide, so to say, in order to help you navigate the very confusing and very overwhelming AI ecosystem. Anytime you open your Facebook, anytime you open your YouTube, everything you see is AI. I begin to get confused. Which one should I learn? But if you have been joining this class, I am very sure that you are kind of gaining confidence, knowing your left from your right in the whole thing, because one of the things you need to have learned so far is that, oh, I don't really need to learn everything. I am always glad when I see people trying out what we do on different platform. I see somebody using Grok, I see somebody using DeepSeek and everything. What does this say? It kind of gives us the impression that people are beginning to get in tune with the whole thing without necessarily being dependent on the tool, because the concept is everything. Once you understand the concept, I am sure it's going to help most of us. So again, we have been taking it gradually, right? Once I use one tool to kind of convey or communicate any approach or procedure or something, it behoves on you now to like, okay, this is how we can actually apply it. So um we have touched on most of today. We're going to be focusing on voice. So AI multimedia, I've always been defining it. Um, it refers to using artificial intelligence tools to create, edit, and enhance. So today we are going to be creating, we are going to be editing, we are going to be enhancing that of the audio. I've done for video and images. I think if you cannot generate AI image by now, you have yourself to blame. We have given different options, right? How to create, images. We talked about virtual characters as well. If you cannot do that, you have yourself to blame. But rather than blaming yourself, I think some of the videos are recorded. You can always go back, and watch them, right? So now we are going to be looking at audio today. Why is audio important? Number one, you can most of the time, what you see is people dancing, babies dancing and all that. You're wondering how the music was created. Sometimes you see people avatar, you see an avatar, no matter how realistic it is, advertising a product or something. You might be wondering how it was created. So voice AI, audio AI has come to stay. Trust me. I might want to do something. You can see now that I can comfortably create a video of myself. I demonstrated it. I took my picture. I created a character with my picture. I just got um, a random lab like that. I was able to embed myself in the lab, and I was able to move around the lab and show stuff. You understand? So that's what they call element. I was able to join two elements together. So you could see that, that's where I stopped last week, where I used my own picture, to create an avatar, and I was able to embed myself in an environment. So what of the audio? The audio means I might want to advertise something, right? I might want to talk about something. Okay, the first scene might be on top of the mountain. The second scene might be on top of the building. Remember, you have a control over how the camera is going to pan. If you want to see yourself in a very high skyscraper. It depends on you. You can always create it. We showed it in the last listing when I used the village. I think some of you posted, your own trials on the Discord, and I'm very happy about it. You can describe whatever you want. You can describe a modern facility where the camera is panning across the building, and then you can create an avatar of yourself, a 3D avatar. You can turn it into a Pixar star, more like the Pixar star is a cartoonish kind of, yeah, is a, what I call it, I don't know what to call it. It's like a digital representation of yourself, but it's not realistic. Okay, you see people having big head and all those kind of things. So that's kind of Pixar. So you can create something like that to kind of capture people's attention. So it is possible. Now, after doing all those things in the previous classes, and the question is, what about the audio, right? Can create the audio and then you do lip syncing. So what I am doing is to kind of point the tools that are best for some of these things. You don't really have to use all the tools. You don't have to. Okay. So for audio, just like for video editing, right? Kling.ai comes out on top. For chats, of course, I showed you that there is not really, the reason why I give an assignment on the chat is that most of them, the LLMs approach, the prompts differently. So I wouldn't say ChatGPT is better than DeepSeek or better than Perplexity and everything. Why I give you that assignment so that you will see that other tools can actually produce. But there are some people that are bent on ChatGPT, but I'm glad in the assignment, depending on the prompts, some people actually came out to say that Perplexity was better. Some people said Grok was better. Some people said DeepSeek was better. Some people said Gemini was better. So for text, for chats, you can't really say, depending on the approach that is used. And you need to equally take cognizance. Remember, when I was teaching that, I showed that there are different versions. So you could see in this class, I'm going to show you again that not only chats, right? Even when you're doing video and everything, you always check these interfaces are almost the same, right? What am I trying to say? I said, when I was teaching, I was using GPT 5.1, right? So you can actually downgrade your response to older version of GPT. So it gives you that option. So what am I trying to say here now is that even in generating image, okay, you can image, audio, and all that. So let's go straight to what we're supposed to handle today. We are supposed to handle the audio, right? Okay. So the objective of this, because I am always very particular about objective. Nobody should come this night and spend 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes and waste his time. So you should come here expecting to go home with one thing. That has always been my approach. I don't want to teach so many things, but if you have been picking one thing at a time from the beginning of this track, I am sure you will have gotten somewhere by now. I really move, but it doesn't really seem like it. But, I just want to encourage you to be very attentive, pay close attention. If you missed the videos, go back to the videos, because most of the thing I say is not like it's scripted. So sometimes, even when you want to do it on your own, the sentences are common, in the videos that probably will not see exactly like that somewhere else. Okay, so what am I trying to say? The objective, please, at the end of today, if you have not gotten this thing, it means you have wasted your time this evening. And I know a lot of you have things to do. So it's always good to get something out of it. I don't like packing a lot of information, but one at a time. Number one, you need to understand what AI voices are, right? At the end of the day, anybody asking you to, if you wake up tomorrow morning, what's AI voices? You need to be able to get that. Number two, you need to be able to design voices using text prompt as well. Okay. Now pay attention, because this is where the concept from. If you understand what I'm trying to say now, it is easier for you to. Now, there's what they call voices, and then you can use prompts to equally create a voice. That's what the second bullet point here is saying. Okay. We are going to do all those things. Then another thing, you need to explain how voice cloning works. Now, the three they are not the same. Please pay attention because this is what you need, not the tools. These are the principles that you need to understand so that when you go to any platform, you're like, oh, okay, this is how it is done here, right? What you already know. You're not going to be learning something, okay? Now, you need to differentiate between instant and professional voice cloning. Now, what is number one? Number one are templates that are already created using different voices. You don't need to, all you need to do is to give it a prompt. It will use voice, like there are templates like Mary and all that have different accents, like American accent, you have British accent and all those kind of things. They are already there in what they call the voice library. So that's what they refer to as voices. So that's whenever you see TikTok videos and everything, there's one funny voice that kind of transcribes what is written. That is a default what like is a pre-generated voice. It's already there, right? Now, voice design is that I want to create my own voice. So I can say something like that second part. I can say something like um I want a male thick voice. Okay. One of the things about designing of voice, there are three things that must be you must state. Okay. Number one, the gender. It has to be either a male or a female. If you don't, you are going to be creating confusion, right? Number two, you need to choose the demography. Is it a young baby? You can see, if you listen carefully, you now understand how some of those voices are generated. So some people equally create their own voice. So you need to check the demography. Is it baby? Is it young adult, adolescent, middle age, old? Okay. Number three is nationality. These three things must be there. I'm not saying you are going to stop there, but if you don't specify these three, you're going to be making mistakes, right? There are other things that can come after these three, but these three are priority. The reason is simple. If you don't state whether the voice you want to create is either a male or a female, it might assume the wrong gender for you, right? Secondly, if you don't kind of specify the demography, right? What if the voice you want is the voice of a 50-year-old man, and then what is coming out is the voice of a 20-year-old boy? That has defeated your specific aim. So you can see why this second one is very important. Now, the third one is the nationality, because nationality will now give some form of tone, like the way an American speaks English is different from the way a Nigerian speaks English. It's different from. So when you are given a prompt to create a voice, this three must be there. Then there are some other things like I need like these ones are now secondary, like it's not really secondary, it's important, but I think they are not like the priority. Something like happy, the moody, excitement, something like that. Professional. So first of all, the person has to be, you have to identify the person's gender. You have to identify this before you begin to talk about whether the person is excited or not. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So these are the things you need to note when you are creating your own voice. Now, the third thing you're seeing here, explain how cloning works. What is cloning? Cloning means replicating, like photocopying, right? If you understand it that way, it is better. I don't use jargons to confuse people. Okay, what am I trying to say? I might like a voice, okay, and that voice is not among the voices that I mentioned. Voices are the one that come with, the some people like a template that people have actually uploaded, giving different names. Okay, example. I might love the voice of Pete Edochie, for instance, okay? And I want to narrate a story using Pete Edochie's voice. I'm not going to go to what's it called? 11 Labs, okay? And say Pete and search for Pete Edochie as a voice that is already pre-recorded there. Okay, that's impossible. So they have given us that opportunity to get Pete Edochie's short audio clip, right? I'm going to clone it. Okay. The audio will see the pitch, the intonation, everything about the sound wave, and be able to transfer it to a text or another audio that you want. So you are cloning Pete Edochie's voice, and you can now see that in this thing, there has to be some ethics in it as well, because this is the reason why I can probably clone Buhari's voice or Tinubu's voice, as and say his record. So that's why some of these things are very difficult to be admitted in the law court and everything. Recorded is people can say recorded. I can clone two voices and claim that I'll go to CapCut and there's nothing I can that cannot be done. So that is what clone means, right? Then there is this kind of cloning that you can equally use your own voice, right? So you're not cloning someone else's voice, but you can record, like as I'm speaking now, if the intention is to use my own voice, right? So that I don't have to do voiceover again. It will clone my own voice and store it in such a way that if I give it a long text, it will use my voice to read the long text. Okay. That is the last point you're seeing here. So that one is called instant. Okay, so you need to differentiate between instant and professional voice cloning. For the sake of this class, we are not going to go. The professional voice cloning is beyond the scope of this class. If you are going to do that, we are going to pay for it. So this is like a free training. For professional voice cloning, there's going to be a studio, right? You are going to get some equipment. So it's not just about what's it called? It's not just about the scope, share. I'm not going to, because I don't know how many of you can set up a studio, buy microphones and stuff like that. Noise cancellation. That one has step-by-step guide. That's why it's called professional. The version of this I paid for does not even include it, so there's no need. I just have to mention it for the sake of knowledge so that you guys can take notes of it, right? So now, somebody say, I love texts. Romantic voice. Like your voice is not romantic. I'm not an actor. So I'm not an actor. As far as you can understand my class, I'm happy. I'm not going to use romantic voice to teach anything. So noted, Michael. So let's continue. So I'm going to go further. This is actually the most important, because when you understand these principles, right, the curiosity will drive you into the buttons that are going to click and everything. That's the most important thing about my class. It's not about this thing, but the principle that I involved. So we are going to be using 11 labs. This is the URL for it. 11labs.io. That's the URL. So for those that want to test it. So when you come, it shows you this. I'm not signed in yet. Okay. It's showing you the features, text to speech, agent, and all that, and all that. So what I simply did was to sign up. Okay. So it's asking me, do I want to use the agent platform? It's beyond the scope of this class. I'm going to focus on creative platform. So I chose creative platform, and then you continue. It's going to ask you a question, right? All these things are just preliminary. You've encountered this in different these things. So what's your preferred language? Is English language, of course. Okay. Um, by checking the box and blah blah blah, you confirm your age and stuff like that. It asks you question, how did you hear about the level labs? Of course, you can choose anyone, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Google, and so on and so forth. Which one best describes your interest? All these things. Well, I think I choose personal use. And what would you like to do with 11 apps? Well, you can choose any of them. It doesn't really matter. So when you do all these things, you have two options, right? Either to pay monthly or to pay yearly. This is not a tool that I use professionally. But some of you, if you want to go to the professional level, it's not bad if you actually get yearly subscription for some of these things. So I went for monthly subscription and I paid for starter. So you can see the reason why the professional clothing might not, work in this class. So there is, if you want to pay yearly, you can see the billing there as well. So of course, $5 what I paid, and once you are done, it's going to take you to after paying. That's what I paid for. Now let us start, right? Now the first thing you're going to see, welcome, good morning, blah blah blah. I am in now. I've logged in as a user. So we're going to pay attention. Please, if you are following me, always you could have noticed by now that most of the tools that you're supposed to use are always on the left-hand side. You can see the pattern is the same, right? So while the features might not be the same, the overall structure is the same. Okay. So the options that we have, like I said before, number one is we are going to look at voices. Number two, we are going to prompt voice design as well. Number three, we are going to do voice cloning, and we're going to focus on instance, which is divided into recorded, okay, or uploaded voice. So these are things, the options that we have. So when you come into this, you're going to see this is PowerPoint. We are going to go to the real thing, but it's good I just show you. So the first thing you see here is the voices. So in the voices, you're going to have, you can explore voice. Explore means to search all the voices here. You can even choose your language. You can change to Japanese language and everything. There's this thing they call dubbing. Let me highlight it here. You see this guy? Dubbing can translate from one language to another, even directly from YouTube. So AI has come to really solve a lot of problem. If you want it in text, you can get it in text. If you want it in audio, it can translate audio to audio. So anyway, the first thing we are going to do is voices. If you go to voices, you see the language is here. Sometimes you need the voice. Okay, there are voices that are good for conversation. There are voices that are good for narration. There are voices that are good for characters. There are voices that are good for social media, education, and advertisements, right? So these are different things. So anyone you choose, it will arrange this one. So here you're going to have trending voices, the one that people use more often, right? You might want to check them out. The good thing about it is that you can click. I think I'm sharing some, so I'm going to do it practically. So handpicked for your use case. So remember when I was trying to sign up for this, was asking different questions. So somehow the AI is trying to help me to choose my own listing. So you can see for this week, okay, these are the spotlights for the week. Of course, this thing takes data analytics and analyzes the one that people use more often and all that. So for Arab, created language collection. So these are the guys, that are very good with foreign language and everything like that information. So I'll go. When you have created it, you can save it for later. So you can save as many, you can select as or activate as many voices as possible to be used later. So let me just stop sharing. Okay, I'll share the thing. Um, All right. So my screen is coming up in a moment. All right, confirm that the screen is up now before I
Yes,
continue.
yes.
Okay, thank. All right, so this is the interface. So please don't get overwhelmed. There's a lot of buttons here and everything. I'm going to make it very simple. All right. You start
It's
using
up.
this gradually. You are going to get very good at it. So the first thing you have clicked on the voices already. Okay. So this is the all the thing I was just trying to show in this thing. So you see explore is already selected here. My voices, okay, are the ones that you've chosen. So I have already chosen one, the one I added. Yeah. So after now, you see how I will add more. So these are my voices, okay? Default voices are the suggestions that naturally comes if you have not used anyone. You see, you have Bella here and all that. So if you want to hear, let me click on any of them, okay? I'm sure I'm sharing my sound now. So if anyone you click, it will sample it.
In the theater of life, we are all actors sharing the same scene.
Yeah, so can someone confirm you can hear it?
Confirmed.
Yes, confirmed.
Okay, so if you click on anyone,
It is not so
it
important
gives
to
you
know
opportunity
everything
to
as to
hear,
appreciate what we learn.
yeah, something like that. Okay, my internet is a bit slow, but that's it. So since I've done one, I think it's the same for every other one. So you can see a lot of selection of voices that you can use. So you listen to them, it gives you opportunity to test the whole thing before you even make use of anyone. So I'm going to go back to explore, right? I'm going to go back. Explore means I want to navigate through it, browse through it, and everything. Language, you can see the language. I'm going to choose what English language. Right, where is it? Look at it here. English. I'm going to choose English language. So when you choose English language, now everything that comes there will be English. So it kind of it sounds like it serves like a filter. So you will see all these voices, even if they speak more than one language, you see at least they equally speak language. So the number of languages they speak is written here, right? This guy speaks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 languages. So he was able to, kind of get himself as a voice on. So these are real people, Oliver Silk and everything. Again, if you want to listen, you can click on anyone, it will play out. Just give me a minute.
It is not so important to know everything as to appreciate what we learn.
All right. So now that's this thing. The first, so accents also, okay. I will choose. You can see if you want Nigerian accent, for instance, you can choose. I don't know whether it works. So it's just like the other day that I tried. I tried this, and this name was speaking like somebody from Ghana, I'm South Africa. So if it is, let me try one. Dr. Tosin.
A favorite car feels like a cozy moving home on the road.
Okay. Okay, so that's it. So let's not waste time. Now you can there are voices that are good for conversational blah, blah, blah. So I've mentioned all these things before now. So let me just use social media, for instance. It will change why I'm selecting this thing, it is doing slicing and filtering. You can see Nigerian social media, we have downloaded down to this social media.
A
So let's
confident, natural Nigerian male voice with a smooth tone and steady pacing.
Okay, so Olamide makes sense. So now, if you are satisfied with Olamide, okay, I am actually good with it. What you are going to do close to this place, you are going to see a plus sign, right? This is how you add. So if I click on Olamide now, it will add Olamide to my voice library. Okay. So if I go to my voice now, look at it now, you see that Olamide would have been added there. So let me click on it. You can see Olamide conversational, it has been added with Peter. So that's how you can keep on adding and adding. So what is happening here is that if I am to come back tomorrow to use any of this, I don't have to go through this thing again. So I think I like this tool, the way it works. So I can create as many of them as possible. So I'm going to stop right here. So this is how to select a voice, right? So having selected the voice, let us now go to text to speech, right? So text to speech now, I am going to type in my text here or scripts or whatever you call it, okay? And then I'm going to select, you can see Olamide is already here, right? I can change Olamide to somebody else. Look at that, look at it here. Okay, so narrate a story. Okay, so let me you can generate.
In a quiet village where the sky brushes the fields in hues of gold, young Mia discovered a map leading to forgotten treasures. Little did she know, her cat Whiskers had a secret. He was the guardian of the map, tasked with guiding Mia to not only the treasure, but also to her destiny.
Okay, so that's an example. So what I will do now is I will just do my so that it won't be like okay. Um, oh, my internet went off. Sorry, hold on. Can you hear me now?
I can
Yes,
hear you, sir.
Okay, let me share my screen again. So, did you get the last thing I said? Did you lose me? I don't know. Let me know.
No.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, you can see the screen, right?
Yes, I can.
So what I said let's generate our own text to speech. So I say welcome to Codehouse Solutions Planet Limited, home for technology innovation and solution. I would just want to stop here. You can go on and on and on and on and on. What I need to do is just do a sampling. So here I am going to, you can see Olamide. So I'm going to play Olamide.
A confident, natural Nigerian male voice with a smooth tone and steady pacing.
All right, so I'll click here.
Welcome to KodeCamp Solutions Planet Limited, home for technology innovation and solution.
Okay, so hold on. Sorry, I'm supposed to, hold on. Olamide is supposed to be. Give me a moment. Okay, so when you go to text to speech, because you can see Olamide is one of the voices I kind of created. Okay, if you go back to voices, right, you're going to see my voices, right? If I click on this, right, you see two. Okay, I never so this was the voice I added, right? So I needed when I played it was giving me Daniel's voice, but it wasn't. So
A
using
confident,
Olamide's voice,
natural Nigerian male voice with a smooth
so you click
tone and
on it.
steady
Then what you need
pacing.
to do is you now go to text to speech, right? Text to speech. So Olamide is already here, right? I didn't know how the other one entered. I think because I clicked on conversational. So now I have created Welcome to Code Solutions Planet Limited, home for technology innovation and solutions. And then you can play it.
A confident, natural Nigerian male voice with a smooth
So
tone and steady
now,
pacing.
if you want to generate the speech, okay, you need to click on generate speech. So generate speech means it is going to take the voice of Olamide and then read out whatever speech you gave it to here, the text that I gave it. So when I click on generate, okay.
Welcome to KodeCamp Solutions Planet Limited,
Now, once
home
we
for
are done,
technology
right?
innovation
Once
and
we are done,
solution.
you can save the audio in your system and you can probably use it for video in another software. Okay, that's the whole thing. So how do you download? You see there's a download icon here. Once I click on it, it will download it to my system. So if I go to my phone downloads now, okay, you are going to see it there. I have to stop sharing and share again. All right, let me share. So this is it here. You see it's here now. It's here. So if I click on it, it will open, it will play. So you can, I think it came out as a MP3 or something. So you can always, create your stuff. And some of the things that I do here, anyway, let me not deviate so that we can meet up with time. All right, so let me share it. So this is it. I am sure that it is up by now. So this is Level Lab. Look at it. So if you give it a name, it will download it to your system. So that's one. The next one I'm going to do is to create a voice using a prompt. Like I said, we're going to take it one step at a time. Then we'll move to cloning, where I might just have to clone my own voice and then you can use it to generate audio. So let me stop sharing and then we share again. So All right. So that's it. The other distinct voice changer is the close. No, before we go to the cloning, let's go to this text to speech. Hold on. Let me not jump. So under text to speech, you are going to see a button here. Okay, try voice design for V3. If you click on it, okay. Now, this is what I meant by designing your own voice, okay? So a deep booming male voice of massive evil or a blah 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 blah. Okay. So this is like a default, like yeah. So I can decide to change it to a middle age African male professional. What have I not added? I said the age. Okay, Africa. I've added everything. Middle age African and male professional with a deep voice. So that's all. So please, I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just trying to show you, right? So there are other settings, right? But I'm not going to go into it. Go and try other settings. If you click on settings, you see the loudness, the guardian scale and all that. So I'm going to just, there are other things you can select, little more Southern women, blah, 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 but I'm okay with this. So I'll just click on generate voice. So it's going to generate the voice. Now you are creating a voice. You're not selecting from already available voices. You are creating your own voice. Then after we'll go to cloning. And at least these are the fundamentals that we need to be
Good morning,
generating.
everyone. I hope you're all doing well today. I just wanted to touch base regarding the quarterly projections. We've seen some promising numbers, and I'm optimistic about our trajectory. Let's keep up the excellent work and maintain our focus. Remember, collaboration is key to our continued success. Thanks for your dedication.
Did you guys hear that? Hello?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so now whenever you kind of use prompt to generate your own voice, you can actually, it will give you like options. So that's number one. So notice that you have voice one, voice two, voice three, right? So let us check out voice two. So it creates variation.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well today. I just wanted to touch base regarding the quarterly projections. We've seen some promising numbers, and I'm optimistic about our trajectory. Let's keep up the excellent work and maintain our focus. Remember, collaboration is key to our continued success. Thanks for your dedication.
Okay, let's try the third one.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well today. I just wanted to touch base regarding the quarterly projections.
So I want all of you to vote. 1, 2, 3. Just drop 1, 2, 3. The highest is what we are going to use.
We've seen some promising numbers, and I'm optimistic about our trajectory. Let's keep up the excellent work and maintain our focus. Remember, collaboration is key to our continued success. Thanks for your dedication.
Okay. And no one said 3. Emmanuel said 1. Afokogene said 1. Judy said 3. 1, 3. 2 no even follow. So I think the 3 carries the vote. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3. 3 is the highest. 2. Esther is helping 2, at least to appear. I understand. So 3 is actually the highest number. Let's go. So we select 3. Okay, and then you say select voice. It's designing the voice now. You need to give it a name, right? Other ones have a name, Olamide, blah, blah, blah. So who will suggest a name? Let's make it interactive. Somebody should suggest a name that will give this nice voice. The first name, I'm just going to choose the first name. No matter how bad it is, Samuel. Okay. Samuel has won. So Samuel is the name, is the guy's name. I hope Samuel does not exist. Samuel. Okay. Samuel. Do I need to do all this? Let me just leave them. And let me say the same voice. Add, please set value for each label. What kind of value? Gender, accents. Okay, language. I will set a value for it. English now. So language is English. Okay. I'll set English as the value of language. Accents, African, Nigerian. Okay. Add label. So what we are doing here is we are adding labels. You see those things I told you. The person's this thing, gender is of course male. Picture that label. I think that's all. Age. This person should be about 45. Middle age, that's fine. So we are done, right? We are done. So it's good. This is even the first time I'm doing this. So you can see we are done. Samuel, let's see if we save Samuel. So that means that some of these voices that we are even using might have been actually created this way. So is it in my library? Let me see. Okay, Samuel is in my library. Okay, no, let me go and check voices and then click on my library. Voices. Okay, yeah, Samuel is here. That's fine.
Good
So
morning,
I click on
everyone.
Samuel.
I hope you're all doing well today.
Fine. So let
I
us
just
create
wanted
a
to touch
speech
base
for
regarding the
Samuel.
quarterly projections. We've seen some promising
So,
numbers,
of
and I'm
course,
optimistic
now
about our
let's now
trajectory.
do the real thing. Okay.
Let's keep up the
Let me
excellent
go
work
to.
and
Let me
maintain our
stop
focus.
sharing.
Remember,
And
collaboration is key to our continued
I'm
success.
going to go to
Thanks for your dedication.
my ChatGPT to generate something serious. Can you see my ChatGPT? What are you seeing in the shared screen? ChatGPT, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
we can now see how we can use different tools together, right? It's not about them. So here I have a profile about, I have a group. Of course, I've shown you how to create a project. I have a project in my ChatGPT called Codehouse, and I've dropped a lot of stuff. Facts. This can even serve as a custom GPT if you want to know anything about Codehouse. If you want to ask any question about Codehouse, I want people to equally know that all these things we are teaching, me, I'm applying it to. I don't know for you. So I've dumped all Codehouse information that is not online here. So if I want to search for anything, I'll just come here and say. So what I can say, just watch what is going to happen. Introduce Codehouse in a short paragraph. Simple. Hello, can you still hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The code Codehouse, where I'm dumping everything about Codehouse. So I'm equally using this opportunity to remind us of what we did before. So if you think that I'm using it though. So this particular this thing, I can even tell it to give us my annual report. Please give me code as I've done everything here, including our bank statement and blah blah blah. So I hope people are learning. I hope people are learning. This thing we are doing is not. You can say I just came here and say I'm just going to introduce coders in a short paragraph. You understand? I am not going to doubt whether it is going to give. I can't tell Open ChatGPT to give me this thing. It's not going to be possible because where will it get it? To go to our website actually, Sha, and get it. So let's see. We are going to take the speech and then use Samuel to introduce Code House in a short paragraph. I hope this is fast. I hope this is fast. Okay, while that is coming up, let's continue so that we don't waste our time. Now, the last part of it is the voice changing, right? Voice changing is you copy somebody's voice, okay, it's kind of cloning as well, okay, but you are changing. So you can upload an audio recording and use that audio recording. This one you're not creating, okay? You're not creating, you're not choosing. So you're going to upload someone else's recording, and then this is not really fast. I don't know why. Okay, so let me click on voice changer. It's going to give you either you record, okay, or you upload. That's the third thing I want to teach you today. So I can record my voice or I can upload this thing. So let me just record my voice. How I wish this could have something is out. Let me use it. I think this is internet. My internet is not that fast. So let me see if I can get something else to read. I think yes, I have. Yes, I have something to read. I can read about CodeCamp. Just give me a minute. Let me pull it up. Okay, so let me record my voice. So I need to enable my microphone. Okay. Just hold on a bit. Okay. All right. So if you want to, I'm now going to click on start and I'm going to read out something. Okay. So I'm going to close my voice. I know it's not a nice voice for anything. So let me start. CodeCamp is a massive online training program that seeks to upskill Nigerians and by extension African youths at scale to address the growing global demand in skilled technical talents. That seeks to upskill Nigerians and by extension African youths No, ignore at that. scale No. to address the growing global demand in skilled technical talents. So let me do it again. Let me do it again. I think he missed some parts. KodeCamp is a massive online training program that seeks to upskill Nigerians, by extension, African youths at scale to address the growing global demand in skilled technical talents. Okay, I've recorded it. So let's hear it. You press play. KodeCamp is a massive online training program that seeks to upskill Nigerians, by extension, African youths at scale to address the growing global demand in skilled technical talents. Okay, so when you are done with it, you can generate, okay? You can generate speech. Okay, it's going to generate the speech, right?
KodeCamp is a massive online training program that seeks to upskill Nigerians, by expansion, Africa is at scale to address the growing global demand in skilled technical talents.
Okay, so now this is 11 labs, blah, blah, blah. He gave it a name, right? So what you see here is what we call voice changer. So if your voice is not that good, right, you can, Judy said, don't say that your voice is okay. Oh, thank you very much. Let's manage it that way. So I can, please pay attention. I can use my voice and then convert it to Olamide's voice. That's the idea. So I'm not doing it very well now. This is just training, meaning that take out your time. Listen, after this class, take out your time to try out different things, right? So if you have a very fantastic, voice, audio that has already been recorded, but it might be better in Olamide's voice, okay? You can change the voice. That's what we are talking about here, right? So it has converted it to Olamide's voice, what I just recorded. So I can now download what I said in Olamide's voice. Just take note of that. Okay, so this is it. I can now download this converted one. Okay, so that's it. So you can upload any of these things. So some of these settings also, stability, similarity, blah blah. See, these are the settings you can use, okay, to do your just like equalizer in mixer. You can just, so I don't want to go into all those things. That's not the reason why we are here. So you can click on this. I'll download this. Download with the original name, okay, or download. Okay, I understand. So anyone, if you want to download with the original name is live recorded. So just click on download to download the speech. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So let's be going down. The next thing is we have about 14 minutes to go. You go to sound effect. I'm not going to waste time here. Sound effect, all those Jesus, 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 all those things that you hear, pastor must hear this, all those Anya, all those things, you can actually create your own. Okay, so they're already existing, this thing, like there are a lot of them, right? You can use, you can see a lot of them. So this is a tool for you if you are creating a unique, some of you might become digital marketers, you are creating a unique thing. Come here and select some sound, download enough of them, so that you can use them later, so that your video will be very interesting. It takes time, but trust me, you are going to enjoy doing it. So this is example, like history will show you the one I've used recently. You can get animals, you can get some sound effects, cymbals, devices, and all that. It is a lot. Lawrence cannot show you all these things, but try and take out time to go through them is really very important. Nature, you can download wind, you can download everything, I remember what I said. When you download this, you can now even go to Canva and create a video. You see, this thing should not be isolated. You can create a video in Canva. When that village I showed you people, I can now use maybe sound of the wind and all that. I can get a lot of all those things. Take it, I can even go to CapCut and create a video. So one thing you should learn these days is that no single tool, is what's it called? What's it called? Is effective in everything. So there are areas where you can see this 11 Lab can do videos, so it can do images. But you can see I'm not using it for videos and images. You understand? If I want to go and create presentation now, I'll go to Canva. If I'm going to go and create video, I'll go to what? I'll go to Kling AI and everything, all those baby dancing videos and everything. I'll go to Kling AI. So everything. So you can see 11 Lab is very, very good for audio. So these are sound effects. Okay. Voice isolator. Now, if you have something like a music, but you want to just select, maybe it's a rap music, you want to just extract the rap and remove the background music. All you need to do is come to the what? The voice isolator, upload the sound here, and it will automatically do that for you. Then you download the voice alone. For instance, you might be listening to Shehu Okinbaloye of Channels Television. He might be saying something, and that their channel's sound is sounding at the background. Okay, but what he said is something that is, that is important to you, and you want to just probably record it, download it. It will isolate the voice and remove the music at the background. So that's what voice isolator. I'm not going to touch images and video creation because I've extensively done that with this thing. It's the same thing. Start frame, everything that we have done in the last class is applicable here. There are templates of images as well. That's the next thing that I see here. Templates of images, right? Today is not that of image. Now let's go to studio, right? Studio is more like professional now. When you are going to, some of you that are used to Fruity Loops, Cubase, QBasic, can't remember. This is a complete professional studio, right? You can go, you can do audio books here by getting like a book, uploading it to be able to do audio books for you. You can create a podcast here, okay? You can get a URL. URL is simply universal something locator. I can't remember this. It's just like a link, what you people call link now. So resource locator, yes, universal resource locator. So if I copy a link and drop it, it will change everything in that website into an audio for me. So you can see we have powerful tools here. AI script generator generates a script from a prompt. So you can create your own music, you can create your own content, you can generate your own maybe short drama or something like that. So these are for all audios. Inside the studio, you have things that you can do under the video session. Okay. You can add speech to your videos and everything. So this is like a studio now. Like if you open it, it's going to open like CapCut. I don't want to go there, but let me just show you. You can upload, drag and drop your movie here, and then it's going to open like CapCut and good. So I'm still going to teach something on at the end of the lesson. We are going to use maybe CapCut or something just to show you what a studio looks like. Whenever you hear studio, you are looking at a full web app, or okay, in this case, it's web app that gives you all the functionalities where you can mix different tracks. They call it tracks. There could be more than one video track. There could be an image track. There could be an audio track. When you mix all of them together, you do what we call rendering. When you render it, it produces. So the movies that you watch, actually, they are produced in a first of all, you have to shoot with your camera. When you shoot with your camera, then you import it into a video editing software that will separate everything into tracks. So when they kick somebody, that sound I hear might not come with the original video. So you mix all those things. When you lay them out like that, you now do what we call rendering. You now have your video with sound and all that. So all those kind of things can be done here. So under music now, you can now equally create music as well. No, see the studio. Yes, somebody's asking me, is the studio under? Look at it now. There is products here. Look at studio. So on the left-hand side, I've been following since this class started. I've been going from top to bottom. So look at the studio here. Yes, the studio is here. You can even do AI soundtrack generator. So I am showing you.
Send it inside the phone.
Is anybody talking?
What did you say to us? Well, what did you say now? What did you say?
You forgot what the person.
Is it true picture?
Yes. It's a picture.
Did you send it to that? Maybe you sent it to another person.
I did not.
All right. Thank you very much for reminding me. So if you come to music now, right? Today's audio, we are going to continue. Now, there are different explore is, of course, browsing through the libraries that are existing. There are different genres of music. You have electronic, jazz, and blah, 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 pop, classical, and all that, okay? So you can equally touch on them and hear them out. Am I sharing sound this time around? Okay, I think I did. Something like that. There you go.
Authorship may be trumpeted, it may be declared.
Okay, that's enough. So if I want to create my own music, okay, I can say compose a short background music for documentary. So here it's going to give me two samples, right? It's going to give me two variants. So you're generating the song, just have to be patient a bit. Here is the song. Again, anyone that generated can be downloaded. So you don't need to create your own song. You can even get relics of a song, okay, and upload the relics. And if your mind is very smart enough, you know that you can generate relics from ChatGPT. You can see how. See, I will not teach you everything. Your ingenuity, your creativity really goes a long way, right? So let me see. You can see, you don't need to go and steal somebody's song again, right? So for those that don't know, I'm actually preparing to do Good House documentary for our 10th anniversary. So right away, I'm downloading this song. Sharp, sharp. Let me click on that. So download it. MP3. Fantastic. So if you see me with a professional, this thing, it's going to be fantastic. So I can see a hand that is up. I can already imagine that we have to stop this class. So actually, I think I've touched on dubbing is just changing from one language to another language. Speech to text is opposite of text to speech, and so on and so forth. So thank you very much for participating in the class. Imole, is that what you want to say? I think I'll stop sharing and we'll call it a day. Hello.